Known fitness gurus, trainers, masters of the social media, a woman who even has video games promoting her exercise program. Every woman wants to be her, every man is secretly terrified of her. Jillian Michaels. My only problem is when I watch her on TV, I think, nah, I'll never be that good. Why try? And
talk about food deserts. We could blame people for their limited funds, lack of access. Obviously, that's not something that we should sit here and ruminate on. We need to talk about solutions. And when times become tough, then it's time for us to step up and become extraordinary. And the reality is that despite the lack of support federally, locally, you do have the ability to change things. And that just means that you need to get more creative, more inventive, and more involved. And whether that means that you gather a group of parents and you take turns once a week running PE after school, or possibly you start a local garden or a local buying group so that you guys can join together and create a community-supported agriculture group so that you have that buying power to get discounts on healthier foods. You can get out and start a walking group with your coworkers. It doesn't cost anything. What it requires is passion, it requires you being innovative, and it requires you being committed. But the solutions and the answers are there. So I'm asking for you and us, all of us, to shift our perspective from woe is me, woe is us, what are we going to do, the system's so broken, and say, you know what, forget about it. What am I going to do as an individual? Because this has got to be a grassroots movement. This has got to be reach one, teach one, where we support one another and we join together. And when we do that, I guarantee you, we will turn this around.
Well, I think Jillian's talking about adapting.
Talk about the nature of how do we change. And President Clinton, you talk about how, you know, I remember being that kid and wanting to get out of PE. My happiest day in PE is when I had a doctor's note. And I think when, till I got a little older, and I wanted
Lousy teachers.
Yeah,
Come on.
well, I think that often when we talk about
what's fun. Sorry.
Exactly. And when we talk about health, let's be honest. Some of us don't love to exercise, and I personally can't stand broccoli and grilled chicken. But when you look inside and you say, why does health matter? The real question is, what does health mean to you? You have to look inside and say, okay, you know what, the treadmill, I'd rather be dead today than get on it, and the last thing I want to do is have egg whites for breakfast. But how are these behaviors going to improve and enhance every facet of my life? The tools are out there, and people will achieve anything if they believe that it's worth it and they believe that they're capable. So you have to say, why is health worth it? Define that. Is it going to help you walk your daughter down the aisle? Are you going to see your grandchildren graduate from college? Here. And you know, even if you're younger and you just want to look hot at spring break, it doesn't matter what your reason is. Identify it, form an emotional connection to it, and then seek out those tools because they are out there. The information is in the world. You can get it for free. You are worth it. Remember that and lead by example.
I agree. I just want to say,
it's great. I love it.
I don't care enough.
President Clinton, you asked us to offer solutions. So what can we do if we don't have funds? What can we do if we don't have access? Well, the first thing that we need to do is get informed because the information is out there. And if we extrapolate this to its simplest solution, what we need to do is move more and eat less, and it's not that complicated. I conducted a workout this morning. We had zero equipment. We were out on a lawn, and we managed, I guarantee I managed to burn some calories off of, to say the least, off of everybody out there. So what you need to do, go to your library and take out a book. Take out Dr. Hyman's book. Read about calories in, calories out, so you understand the math of eating less, because all you need is a calculator and to read your food labels. When you're at your home, Buy yourself some used fitness DVDs for $4 or $5 that you can use over and over and over again. And you can understand how to do calisthenics in your living room, how to use your own body weight to get a great workout. We don't need to get so caught up and overwhelmed in these big problems of not having the money for organics or not having the money for programs in our schools. Well, those are real problems, and I'm not negating them. I'm simply telling you that you do have the power to make this change in your life. And I think it has to start with each of us as an individual, and your first step is to seek out the information so that the choices you make with regard to your own health are powerful ones that will yield powerful change.
Just to support what she said. One day